Indian men's hockey team has a new head coach at last in the form of Craig Fulton. Now, Fulton has had a pretty interesting time if you're looking at just not only his career as a hockey player, but also his coach. But now he would be tasked with arguably one of his biggest challenges ever, and that is to revive a sleeping giant in India. Now, that is not to say that the Indian men's hockey team has not had good results in recent times. Don't forget, Tokyo 2020, they ended up winning a bronze medal under coach Graham Reed. But unfortunately, what happened afterwards, or rather earlier this year in the Hockey Men's World Cup, did end up leaving a rather bitter taste in the mouths of many, and Reed's time as coach came to an end. Now it is up to Fulton to be the man to take Indian hockey back to the next level. But can he do it? I mean, realistically speaking, Indian hockey has been more, fluctuating a tad over the past few years. Sometimes you're really good, sometimes you don't look that good. A level of consistency is yet to be achieved. But if Fulton's history is anything to go by, especially as a coach, he does have the tendency of actually bringing out the best in the teams that he's coaching. Case in point, he has been a coach now for 25 years, and that's a lot when you consider that at the time when he was coaching, he was still very much an active player as well. In fact, a lot of his early coaching roles in club level hockey were in fact player coach roles. So he was doing a job both as a player but also as a coach. So it's two jobs, and the fact that he was tasked with being able to do both of them at a rather efficient standard, I may add, shows that early on there always was the makings of a very, very good coach in Fulton, and he's now in fact proven that. Besides the fact that he was an Olympic level player for South Africa, and fun fact, him and his wife in 2004 when they played in the Athens Olympics were the first married couple to represent South Africa in the same Olympic Games. Interesting stat indeed, but it also does show that he was someone who for a long time was always building up to a career in coaching, despite the fact that as a player he was pretty good too. Let's quickly just take a look at what it is he's done as a coach, and there's some very noteworthy things in there. For one, he actually took Ireland to the Rio Olympics in 2016, which was in itself noteworthy because prior to that, the Irish men's hockey team had not made it to the World Olympics for over 100 years. That's right, he broke a 100-year streak when he coached the Irish team in the 2016 Olympics. So that in itself, massive upset. And then to prove that it wasn't just a one-off success, he did in fact spend a lot of time coaching in Belgium, not only as an assistant coach for the national team but also for club levels. In fact, the reason why he ended up getting awarded the 2023 Coach of the Year for Belgium, and in 2022 as well, because of the work that he's done in domestic level hockey as a coach, coupled with, of course, the rather good success that he's had with the Belgian national team. Don't forget, this is the same Belgium team who in recent years have shot up the rankings and become one of the best sides in modern day hockey. The real task is, of course, now for him lying ahead is, can he actually change fortunes for India? Don't forget, he'll be joining India at a time when their FIH Pro Hockey League matches will be starting at home. So the task, or rather the work, starts right now. But if we were to look at his coaching pedigree, you can very easily say that Craig Fulton will in fact be the right man to take India forward. How it works out, how the players respond, that's something that only time will tell. But Hockey India have actually made a rather good appointment. Thank you all so much for joining us in this particular video. If you enjoy our work, please don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, leave us a comment. How do you rate this appointment by Hockey India? Follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and last but not least, don't forget to download the AajTak app. Thank you all once again for joining us. If you're already on the channel, do check out some other content that we may have done through the day. For now though, from my side, goodbye.